Great day, another opportunity. Great people, I want to welcome you to A Rich Education. It's been a while since we've connected, and for those that may just be tuning in with me today, I want to actually share with you what A Rich Education is all about. It's all about having a rich mindset. It's all about having a rich spirit. It's all about having rich health. I think you would agree with how health is important. And then with combining these things, it's all about going into wealth building and rich activities that will allow us to acquire assets. So I'm super excited to be here with you today, great people, no matter where you are. It's been so much going on since the last time we connected. I think you could agree with that. But great people, no matter where you are in the world, great people, there's been so much major things happening. It seems that the world is in complete dissatisfaction. And great people, I just want to bring with you today how you can actually weather the storm. I'm telling you, great people, there are ways for you to do this, but you gotta step outside that traditional box. You gotta be willing to do something different. And I'm letting you know, time is of the essence, great people. We don't have a lot of time. So much has changed. And I know for maybe a young person who's seeing this, you may be thinking a little different because with all due respect, your parents aren't talking different. So great people, we gotta do different things. We're in a space that we've never been, not just here in the U.S., but worldwide. And today, we will be discussing the topic of the up-and-coming stock market crash. That could happen any day now. In this video, we will explore the reasons why the stock market will crash, compare it to 2008 crash, and discuss the potential losses for the public worldwide. We will also talk about the opportunities that will come out of this crash and how you can protect yourself. First, let's talk about the reasons why the stock market will crash. There's several factors that are contributing to this, including the current state of the economy, the increasing levels of debt, and the ongoing geopolitical tensions. The economy has been growing at an unsustainable rate since 1971 when we came off the gold standard. And this growth is largely driven by debt, which cannot be repaid. In addition, there are ongoing geopolitical tensions that are adding to the uncertainty in the market. For example, the trade tensions between U.S. and China, the tension that has risen with U.S. and Russia, which is major towards our well-being, and the increasing threats of cyber attacks are all contributing to the overall instability in the market. Now let's compare this up-and-coming crash to the 2008 crash. The 2008 crash was largely caused by the subprime mortgage crisis, which was fueled by a combination of risky lending practices and the increasing levels of debt in the housing market. While the current situation is different, the underlying factors of debt and instability are similar. And this is why many experts are concerned that the next crash will be even worse than 2008 crash. So, what will be lost worldwide to the public as a result of this crash? The answer is simple: a lot. The stock market crash will lead to widespread losses for investors, such as 401k, retirement plans, pensions, Social Security. Kiss them all goodbye, as the value of investments will decrease dramatically. This will have a ripple effect throughout the economy, as businesses will suffer and people will lose their jobs. This has been already happening in the last few weeks. The losses will not be limited to the stock market, as the real estate market, the bond market, and other markets will also be majorly affected. However, while this may sound bleak, there are also opportunities that will come out of this crash. For example, there will be opportunities to buy stocks at discounted prices, which could lead to significant gains. There also will be opportunities to invest in technologies and companies that are positioned to thrive in a post-crash economy. So how can you protect yourself during a stock market crash? The first step is to diversify your portfolio, which means spreading your investments across different asset classes such as relevant stocks, cryptocurrencies, real estate that creates cash flow, and hard assets like physical gold and silver in small transaction-friendly increments. This will help reduce your overall risk. Another important step is to have emergency funds, which you can use to cover your expenses if you lose your job or if the value of your investments decreases significantly. These funds should be easily accessible, maybe a little in a credit union or a bank to pay your bills. Banks have been having major issues, so they are not as trustworthy as they used to be. Plus, there's no value keeping worthless cash in a bank. Having some cash on hand is important if cash has not been made illegal yet. And to stay informed and educated about the overall economy is vital. This means reading or listening to financial news away from the traditional media is vital, and following expert opinions and seeking knowledge coming from those that have been teaching financial education for years. In conclusion, the stock market is expected to crash in the very, very near future, and this will have significant consequences on the public worldwide. However, there are also opportunities that will come out of this crash, and it is possible to protect yourself by diversifying your portfolio, having emergency funds, and staying informed and educated.
Now, I don't want you to get that education confused when I say staying informed and educated. Traditional education won't save you, great people. I gotta keep it real. And when you really start to study the world in an untraditional way, and you really start to accept different information and step outside the box, I'm humble enough to say I understand where you are. You understand? I understand where when I say traditional education is really going to make you poor. You can't be up to speed with what the school system is teaching. It's obsolete. I don't believe in dinosaurs. They really never existed. It's really done. And when I say this, great people, you're going to really have to change. So traditional education won't bring you up to speed to where we are. You're going to have to get information that's going to be uncomfortable to you mentally. It can't be what the school system. School system was designed by the rich. It was designed by the 1% to teach you and I to become what I like to say cookie cutters, people who will basically just do as they're told and not be the champions and the leaders that they were designed to be. Like that baby, always exploring, never afraid, going for it. You see, oh no, don't do that, Bookie. But that baby hasn't been conditioned and put into this matrix that we see most of the world in. Not saying people are bad or have bad, or we do have bad people, but a lot of people have good intentions, but they don't know. And then when this kind of truth comes to them, they shy away from it because of the fear that's been put into them. So great people, you're going to have to step outside the box. You're going to have to get information that's uncomfortable, that's going to make you change. And change is not overnight. I take that back, not make you change, but help you change. And I want you to be part of the good side of what's taking place in this crash, world crash, this complete devaluation of the US dollar, which will cause all house of cards to fall, which a lot of them are already falling. So great people, with that being said, I want you to really thrive in the times we're in, because we got the technology, we got so much going on that will take your business, your product, or if you're looking for opportunities like that, feel free to go to the link that I have in my description where you'll see several options. But let me talk first about some of the free ebooks that you can get and download, okay? Ebooks that are going to help you develop rich education and help you develop and understand the stock market and understand all of the things that are going on, understand things that people may not even know about their 401k. Information is all out there, but you may not even know how dangerous and how that situation will wipe out your wealth, especially where we are in this economy today, great people. So with that being said, there is a link below in the description where you'll see, basically click it, and all of the information is right there for you. You may be interested in getting some Rich Education merch, and I want you to look sharp and say, I represent a rich education, because, once again, with all due respect, it seems as though the public education is making people poor. So with that being said, great people, I want to leave you today. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this information. Click that bell. I want you to stay in tune with me. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. All those links are in one link in my description. You'll see that. Excuse me, I'm so super excited. But great people, I want to leave you today with some information that's going to allow you to get your hands on assets. And this information, great people, is powerful. Just a real short, under a minute video, but I want you to see it. You got information. My phone number is in the description for you to call me, text me, however you want to get. But I want to leave you with this, because this information is powerful. It's combining hard assets with the technology that we have today, allowing you, your family, and even your business to still be able to thrive as they do things to demise the US dollar, not just through printing and quantitative easing, but other things that are taking place that the public doesn't know about, unless you want to be financially educated. Like I say, this is important. If money is important to you, you want to be educated. So with that being said, great people, I want to thank you for tuning in with me today at A Rich Education. I want you to stay safe. I want you to take care. And I want you to just stay conscious of what's going on, because time is of the essence. Check this video out, great people. And until then, take care, take heed, and stay safe.